Tom Morgan backs away. We're going to have a correction on the big scoreboard here. Make sure that Rich Moran's spare goes up on the board. Or rather, Dave Arsenault's spare. Cindy was listening to me. She heard me say 10, and she just wrote down 10.
She looked at you and heard you say 10, wrote down 9. Figured he can't be right.
Almost a strike for Eric Young.
But it's on a spare.
Yes, it is. A 9 fill, giving him the lead, at least temporarily. And Eric converts the single for another carryover. And Tom Morgan just an $8. So that's going to put Eric Young in the lead. Make it a $7 for Tom Morgan. But in any event, Eric Young is taking the overall lead now with those back-to-back spares. This carryover now is worth $90 in the 9th box. Dave Arsenault's spare fill, a big one, 8. Rich Moran gets a piece of the head pin and drops 8.
Difficult spare for Dave Arsenault. If he hits to the left of that 5-pin, it's going around the 9. Wow, just like that. Almost had to be at the inside and almost missed the 5-pin and kicked the wood.
Spare for Rich Moran in the 9th. His 3rd mark. Dave Arsenault takes 10. He's at 101 through 9. A reminder that Candlepin Skins is brought to you in part by Tri-State Megabucks.
Well, Eric Young will fill his spare in the 8th, working on a pair of spares. His 4th mark this first game. Oh, a little off target, but not a bad break. 1, 2, 4 left. 7 fill on the spare.
Tom Morgan drops 9. Got a pretty good chance for another carryover here. Need a spare to create the carryover, though.
It'll be up to Tom. He's got 2 pieces of wood in front of the 10-pin looking right at him.
If he hits the cap on the left, the ball could deflect around. He's got to be very careful. Oh, he drove it through. Nice shot. Eric Young takes a 10. So another carryover, and this 10th box is now worth $165.
Whoa. That's the biggest one we've had in a long time.
And the scores continue to be very, very close. And Rich Moran is going to have to re-rack on lane 4 as a pin came out of position. Next week, our 2 challengers will come in from Western Massachusetts. John Bird and Kevin Savory coming in from the Springfield area. Rich on the spare fill. That big rooting section cheering him on. Fills it with 6. Let's see if Rich can make something happen here. The 2, 3, 4, and 7 with wood. Let's see.
Oh, good effort there.
That's a great try. Getting a hand from his big rooting section. $10 for Rich Moran and a 111 opening game. And likewise, Dave Arsenault has a 10 and a 111. Here's Dave's shot, the mini high-low jack. The 2, 7, and 9.
Well, a pair of 10s up there. 165, did you say?
That's right. It's going to take a mark to win it. Tom Morgan working on a spare here. Trying to throw the big one, and he drops 8. Eric Young, just a little off target to the right.
Well, Tom will shoot at the 2-4.
He's got it. Let's see if Eric Young can create another carryover.
Oh!
That close. So that is a $165 skin for Tom Morgan. And a 10 box for Eric Young. So Eric Young at 125 for his opener. And chances are he will be in second place because Tom Morgan needs just 4 pins to take the lead here. And he gets 7. So a 129 for Tom Morgan, good enough for the lead after 1. Eric Young in second at 125. Rich Moran and Dave Arsenault each with 111s. 1 game to go. Candlepin Skins rolls on from Haverhill after these words.
Everyone at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan in Salem, New Hampshire is very proud and excited to again be a major sponsor of Stars and Strikes. We feel that over the years, you, the bowling enthusiast, have become a very important part of our family at Rockingham. And as such, I promise that we will live up to our pledge that we will provide you the best service you have ever experienced. And if you're purchasing a new or used vehicle, at Rockingham, we pledge that we will beat any bona fide deal on any Toyota, any Dodge, or any Nissan anywhere in New England. So just remember, Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan on Route 97 in Salem, New Hampshire.
Champ, there's something wrong with my car. Could you take a look?
I'll check it out. You need suspension work. Better see the experts at Meineke.
Meineke does suspensions?
Meineke doesn't just do mufflers and brakes. They do complete undercar care.
Now, buy any Gabriel gas shock or gas strut at Meineke's regular low price. Get the second one at 25% off. This is a limited time offer, so hurry. At Meineke, you're not going to pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
I guarantee it.
A cereal is only as satisfying as the good things that go into it. Whole grain oats, bushels of almonds, sun-ripened fruit. These are the good things you'll find in Oatmeal Crisp, a breakfast cereal made with the hearty goodness of whole grain oats for a more satisfying oatmeal taste. Oatmeal Crisp, a hearty, satisfying cereal.
Betty Crocker frosting. Maybe you like yours rich and creamy. Or maybe you like a softer, fluffier whipped frosting. Either way, Betty's got you covered. With Betty Crocker, life is sweet.
On Saturday mornings, Bisquick pancakes come out picture perfect. And if they don't, they still taste just as good. Bisquick. Make the most of it.
What's so good about the taste of apple cinnamon Cheerios?
It's an apple thing, right?
Definitely the cinnamon. No way, it's the baked-in taste.
Sliced apples, cinnamon, and brown sugar baked right into every little O of apple cinnamon Cheerios.
Baked-in taste, that's what makes them good.
Have you tried multigrain Cheerios?
I did that multi-grain thing back in the 70s. I don't want to do it again. I like them low fat.
No flavor.
These are very good. I like it. It's a 90s kind of thing.
In our first game here on Candlepin Skins, 2 of our 4 bowlers got into the Skins winnings. Tom Morgan with that timely spare in the 10th box, taking that big $165 skin. He leads the way. Dave Arsenault also on the board. Rich Moran and Eric Young still waiting to get in on the winning, but they have a game to do it. And once again, the scores leaving everything wide open here with 1 game to go, although Tom Morgan is in the lead right now.
It's just a matter of 18 pins separating top to bottom.
Well, a couple of splits here.
Good looking ball by Rich, though. Leaves the 8 and 10.
Dave Arsenault after throwing the half Worcester. Well, Rich has had a chance to study this. Let's see what he does.
I think you need to take the far left. No, I think you had to take both pieces.
Dave Arsenault with 8 and Rich with 9. Candlepin Skins brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Always the real thing. Always Coca-Cola. That'll be the high-low jack for Eric Young. And he's got it for the spare. This is a $20 skin. It'll go to Eric Young unless Tom Morgan converts this. Almost. He's somewhat of a specialist at those shots. So Eric Young gets his first skin of the day. Tom Morgan takes a $9. Here is that spare for Eric Young.
Wood was set up just beautifully for the 7-pin, and the head pin went down and took out the 10. Gives him the skin and probably the lead. As you can see, only 3 pins behind Tom Morgan, who is open with a 9-frame that first box.
Rich Moran back on the head pin. Oh, and he gets a nice kick out there of the 8-pin, preventing the diamond.
That's a big break with that sleeper in the back. Rather shoot at the triangle than the diamond. Dave's going to shoot at the 4 horseman left plus the 610. Piece of wood that should help him though. Oh boy, on the object pin, drove the 4-pin, or yeah, 4-pin right straight back, 2-pin right straight back against between the 4 and the 5, and Dave misfires, missed the head pin altogether.
Rich Moran takes 9. Dave Arsenault takes 7. Well, they're running 3rd and 4th right now. Again, the cumulative 2-game totals are at the bottom of the screen. Eric Young and Tom Morgan trying to advance together for the 3rd week in a row. Right now, they're running 1 and 2. It's a long way to go still. Tom will have a spare lead. Eric on a spare. And he takes them all. Winning another $20 skin. $10 for Tom Morgan. The 3rd box will also be worth $20. So Eric Young putting a little offense together here with 2 marks. Nobody else has a mark here in the 2nd game. Dave Arsenault just about 2.5 months removed, Dan, from hernia surgery. And he told me that he's actually been bowling very, very well since the surgery. I don't know if I'd recommend that as a way to correct your game, but
look at that. Hit head pin. Rich and got the 1 and the 8.
But Dave has made a quick recovery, and he's bowling well. And there's a mark, his first of the 2nd game. Meanwhile, Rich Moran trying to make the 2nd ball a lot better than the 1st, and now he needs a bailout. Just 6. So now Eric Young steps up, and he has gone spare strike here to start this 3rd game.
Right through the middle. Got a spare showing for this next skin, and it's looking pretty good.
Not exactly spare leaves up there right now. Eric will take 8 on his strike. Oh, look out, Tom Morgan. That close to creating the carryover. But the skin will go to Dave Arsenault. The 4th box will be worth $25. And Rich Moran looking for his first mark here in game 2.
And he's still looking for his first skin. Well, he had a few marks up there, but somebody seemed to come up with one and take it away from him. Another makeable spare, 1, 3, 7, 10. Woods should help him.
That's only a 4 fill for Dave Arsenault on his spare.
By the setup here, this problem pin probably might be the 10.
Oh, yeah, he's got
no problem at all.
Oh, no. Dave goes right through the same spot. And gets out of it nicely with an 8. Take a look at Rich Moran's spare, the 1, 3, 7, and 10. You see, Eric Young and Tom Morgan still running 1 and 2 here. That close to a strike for Tom Morgan. And Eric is close also, but he's got a split, the 5-7.
Well, Tommy's first one tried to create the carryover. Both bowlers have a shot. Oh, the wood killed him in the back. Let's see if Eric can convert this. Oh.
Nope. So that is skin number 1 for Rich Moran. 9 for Tom Morgan. Tom still looking for his first mark of this second game. Eric Young with an 8.
Well, Rich is the only one that got the mark, and he's low man on the totem pole right now, but he's going to cut into that lead with a fill on the spare coming up. First, Dave Arsenault on lane 4. Still very much in it himself.
Dave on the head pin, big first ball, and somehow the 5-pin is still there. Rich Moran now on his spare. He's had problems on fills, and again, not the fill he would want, just 5.
6.
6 now. That's been his fill of choice. He's had a 6 fill on his last 3 marks. Spare for Dave Arsenault, converting the single. Rich Moran may have a shot here.
He's going to play both pieces of wood, and hopefully the ball will carry him off the wood into the 10-pin.
Oh, yeah. Nicely done.
Well, it's 2 great shots, and maybe enough to get him going, get him untracked.
First back-to-back marks for Rich Moran.
And we also created the possible carryover if neither of these 2 bowlers throw a strike.
Eric Young shoot at the 4 horsemen. Tom Morgan just took a peek over to the scoreboard.
Oh boy,
wow.
That was right in the pocket, but leaves himself the 7-10. No spare for Eric.
Well, there will be a carryover to box number 6. Nothing doing there for Tom.
Well, Eric and Tom, our leaders, are now all of a sudden waiting around for these other guys.
That's an 8 box for Tom Morgan as he clipped the piece of wood in the channel. He was the first one to call it. So with Dave Arsenault and Rich Moran putting up marks here in the last few boxes, Eric Young and Tom Morgan open. All the scores have squeezed together. We have 5 boxes to go here on Candlepin Skins with a $50 carryover coming up when we come back after these words.
If you're ready for a new car, listen to this. Nashua Ford is already offering tremendous savings on new 97. It's true. In fact, Nashua Ford is now selling all in-stock 97 Ford cars at van at up to $1,000 under dealer invoice. Buying or leasing for business or pleasure. Only Nashua Ford gives you the no-hassle way to get a new Ford at up to $1,000 under dealer invoice. Nashua Ford, the home of hassle-free, easy pricing. Nashua Ford, come in today.
Going, gone! These are the final weeks to get top quality furniture at unbeatable prices. Bernard's Furniture is closing its doors forever in just a few weeks. Bernard's is going out of business with a bang. Sofas, kitchen sets, mattress, and box springs. This is your chance to save thousands on quality furniture for your home. Remember, these are the final weeks for huge savings. After this, they're going, gone! So get down to Bernard's Furniture and Bedding, 655 Mash Road in tax-free Manchester, New Hampshire.
At the car lot, we let our cars do the talking.
The car lot only deals with the best in used cars. I'm one of the chosen few, and I'm proud to be called a car lot car.
You can own me regardless of past credit problems. It's no problem at the car lot.
The car lot has programs for everyone with down payments as low as $99 and payments as low as $29 a week. The car lot can finance you no matter what.
So come on down and drive us home.
We're waiting for you at the car lot.
Next time I get to make the commercial.
It's just a natural fact of life. As we get older, some of our parts don't work as well. Fortunately, with older cars, you can get those parts replaced at Meineke.
Well, we take good care of every car, young or old. Mufflers, brakes, CV joints, shocks, and struts. High-quality parts and service at a reasonable price.
Meineke keeps cars of all ages running like new. Too bad they can't do anything about this 1949 classic.
At Meineke, you're not going to pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
I guarantee it.
What's so good about the taste of apple cinnamon Cheerios?
It's an apple thing, right?
Definitely the cinnamon. No way, it's the baked-in taste.
Sliced apples, cinnamon, and brown sugar baked right into every little O of apple cinnamon Cheerios.
Baked-in taste, that's what makes them good.
Have you tried multigrain Cheerios?
I did that multi-grain thing back in the 70s. I don't want to do it again. I like them low fat.
No flavor.
These are very good. I like it. It's a 90s kind of thing.
All right, Dave Arsenault and Rich Moran stepping up now in the 6th box. 5 boxes to go here in the match, and both Dave and Rich working on spares. This is a $50 carryover skin. And Rich is off target, just 4. Dave takes 6. Rich trying for 3 in a row, and he gets it! Coming back for the head pin. And he's got a big smile on his face as he looks up to the crowd. He missed it, but he got it on the way back. No such luck for Dave Arsenault. It's 3 marks in a row for Rich Moran. Dave will take 9. There's Rich, and here is his spare.
That's what you want to do. Miss the head pin and have the wood come back. I mean, everyone in the crowd saw that one. Well, you need a break or two like that. Tom Morgan is yet to throw a mark this game.
Eric Young getting a good mix, leaving the 7-8.
Possibility of a carryover.
Tom Morgan, on the other hand, did not get a good mix. And he cannot make it happen. For the spare, Eric Young creates the carryover. 10 box for Tom Morgan. Tom will be relinquishing his hold on 2nd place if things keep up the way they're going right now. Both Dave and Rich are gaining on him. This carryover now worth $80 here in the 7th.
Oh, that close to a strike for Dave Arsenault. Everything but the 2-pin.
Meanwhile, Rich Moran working on another spare, his 3rd in a row. And he gets the big fill this time, carrying 8. Dave for his spare, he's got it. Rich for 4 in a row, and he's got that. But boy, he had to sweat that one out too, as that one tripped forward as well.
The wood was way out in front. The wood that was in between was really high. He needed some help from the 2nd piece behind the 5. But it's 4 in a row now, and he's climbed into 2nd spot, at least temporarily.
Candlepin Skins brought to you in part by Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan. Come to Salem and save. Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan in Salem, New Hampshire. Eric Young fills his mark with 8. And Tom Morgan is in desperate need of a mark.
Would have liked to a strike to pick that skin up, but we'll have another carryover.
Spare for Eric Young. And, oh, do you believe that? That 4-pin moved about 3 or 4 inches, I'll bet, but it did not go over. And it will be a 10 box for Tom Morgan. Tom's 7-week streak is in jeopardy here. Watch the 4-pin.
A little light there anyways, but the wood came out like it had enough to knock that 4-pin over. Very, very close.
This 8th box now worth $110. Rich Moran. Spread eagle on his spare. Dave Arsenault on his spare. He will take 7. He also does not have a very good leave. Oh, almost. Oh, that would have been a spectacular shot. Rich will take 8. His run of marks ends at 4 in a row. Dave Arsenault takes 10. Dave's been marking in every other box here in this game. Just too close to call right now. Look at these scores. Right now, Eric Young in the lead.
And he's working on a mark. He can kind of put some distance between the other 3 bowlers. Morgan wants that 6-spin out of there. Doesn't happen. Oh, and only 2 for Eric. Double piece of wood in front of the 6-spin for Tom.
Tom just has not gotten a single break here in this second game. And that one he just lost completely to the right.
He tried to tip the wood right next to the channel there and have everything move to the left. Well, he'll try to grab 2, I believe.
10 leads for the skin right now. Remember, this is a $110 skin. And $110 it is to Dave Arsenault with a 10 box.
Wow.
He's up to $200 now. That's a very well-timed 10 box by Dave Arsenault.
You see the scores, 226 to top, and then you've got 200, 204, 205.
Rich Moran. Oh my, 2 tough splits here in the 9th. This 9th box worth $30. But more importantly, all 4 of these bowlers battling for positioning right now. Dave Arsenault just 7. He was in 4th position going into this box. Also a 7 for Rich Moran. Wow. Rich Moran, Rich and Dave just opened the door for Tom Morgan if he were able to put up a mark here in the 9th.
Advantage Eric and Tom right now.
Oh, wow.
Let's see if Tom can take advantage of it.
Tom is looking for his first mark in this game. And what a time to throw it. And he throws his arms up in the air and says, finally. And almost a spare conversion by Eric Young. What a time to throw that strike for Tom Morgan. He wins the skin for $30.
When Tom's struggling, you want to be 10 pins or more in front of him.
And 10 bucks for Eric Young, and here's the strike for Tom.
You just got to figure he's not going to go through a game without a mark. Very seldom happens, and sure enough, up to the 9th, he comes with a big strike.
Well, you see the scores. Tom Morgan at 214 plus 2 bonus balls, so advantage Tom Morgan right now for the 2nd place spot. It appears that Eric Young will probably be safe, but you never know if somebody were to throw strikes here.
Well, both of these bowlers need marks to have any chance.
And neither one of them have very good leaves. Rich Moran first. Nope. Now Dave Arsenault. And that will keep him alive. Big spare in the 10th. Rich Moran will end his day's work with another 111, matching 111s for Rich Moran, so he will finish up with 222. Here's Dave Arsenault's spare. So Dave is at 217 plus a ball. This could be a very big ball right here. He really needs to throw a strike, though.
Yes, to have any chance.
Well, he takes 7. He can only watch now, but that probably will not be good enough. A 113 and 224 for Dave Arsenault.
Tom Morgan needs a combination of 11 pins, including the fill on a strike and a full box. So he could just about do it with this ball.
And that will do it. Boy, Tom Morgan has escaped again.
And we still have a skin to settle this 10th box.
$75 skin here. And there's the carryover as Tom Morgan goes spare on strike. All the bowlers like that. That keeps them all alive for this final skin. So for the 3rd week in a row, Eric Young and Tom Morgan will advance together. Tom Morgan just needs to take care of this final spare fill, and then we'll decide that last skin of the day. Worth $75. Tom fills it with 7. That's a 112 and a 241 for Tom Morgan. So after all that, he finishes just 4 pins out of first place. So all 4 bowlers now are eligible for the final skin of the day. It's worth $75. And Dave Arsenault will throw first. Just missed the head pin. Everybody has won skins money today, but by far, Dave Arsenault and Tom Morgan have won most of it. So, especially Rich and Eric would probably like to pocket this last $75. Dave Arsenault does not get his spare. Rich Moran gets his, so that keeps him alive. And Dave can push the button. So now it's up to Tom Morgan or Eric Young to either throw a spare to carry it over or a strike to win it.
Remember, this carryover too, only the bowlers who tie when we go into overtime. So Rich is definitely in, and possibly one of these bowlers or one of them throws a strike. That close to one for Eric.
Tom Morgan almost. How about that? 2 9-drops. Well, Eric for the spare. He has it.
Still in there.
And Tom will also stay alive. So we will continue along. Eric and Rich will continue along with Tom Morgan. Rich will roll by himself because his fellow competitor Dave Arsenault was eliminated. Big first ball for Rich. How did he end up with 2 pins? Those 2 pins. The 7 and the 9. He's going to study this wood. It's way out in front.
He has to use it too. Let's see.
Nope. Well, let's see. The ball is still around. The ball is still around. And the 10 pin, that ball will have to be removed. The ball is right next to the 7 pin, so that ball will have to be removed. And that will make Rich wait just a little bit longer.
Remember, there's many skins have been won with a 10 box, so this is an important pin for.
Oh, hey, we had
Rich.
a $110 skin won earlier today with a 10 box, so every pin matters. And for Rich and Eric especially, they're the 2 low men on the totem pole in terms of the prize money right now. They would love to get this last one. And after the wait, Rich takes a 9 box. So we'll see if that's good enough to continue. Tom Morgan and Eric Young now. We're in overtime. We've already determined that Eric Young and Tom Morgan once again will advance to next week. We're settling the final skin worth $75 right now. Well,
2, 4, 6, and 10. Oh, not an easy one for either bowler.
And no spare leaves here. 9 leads right now. Well, there's 9 for Eric Young. There's an 8 for Tom, so he's out of it. Eric could win it with this pin, and he takes it. A 10 box for the last $75 skin for Eric Young. Eric Young and Tom Morgan will advance, and we will be back with more on Candlepin Skins after these words.
There is power in a dream, and every hour a dreamer is born. Just imagine the friends we made, the lives we touched, the glory days. 10 years of dreams. 10 years of dreams. 10 years of dreams come true.
Hi, I've been telling you that at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan in Salem, New Hampshire, you will find the best price from a dealership that cares. Well, let me tell you what you will find when you get there. First, when we can display Toyota, Dodge, and Nissan at one location, this is a rare opportunity for you to view the best selection of cars, trucks, and minivans in New England. Second, we are constantly adding cars and trucks to our used car inventory. So if it's a new or used car or truck, just remember Rockingham, Toyota, Dodge, Nissan in Salem, New Hampshire.
The holidays are here, and it's time to do your shopping at the Settle Shop in Amherst, New Hampshire. Browse their selection of handcrafted solid wood furniture. It's perfect for whomever's on your list. Now's the time to take advantage of their factory direct prices. The Settle Shop also has over 45 different paints and finishes, but shop early for custom finishing. Plus, their huge craft department has everything for those holiday craft projects. Give home furnishings for the holidays from the Settle Shop on Route 101 in tax-free Amherst, New Hampshire.
Jolly Jims, when you're looking for a bargain, all you need is Jolly Jims.
That's right, this weekend it's time to bargain hunt at Jolly Jims, New England's largest indoor flea market, only at the Valley Expo Center in the Methuen Mall. At Jolly Jims, you'll find thousands of bargains and unbelievably low prices on gold and silver jewelry, tools, clothes, dollar tables, and much, much more. That's Jolly Jims Flea Market, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5 at the Valley Expo Center in the Methuen Mall, Methuen, Mass.
Introducing new Honey Nut Clusters. With a taste everybody will love. New Honey Nut Clusters combines honey toasted flakes and honey nut clusters for a delicious honey nutty taste. New Honey Nut Clusters. The taste everybody loves. Everybody.
Welcome back to Candlepin Skins. Once again this week, Eric Young and Tom Morgan advanced 245 and 241 respectively. Dave Arsenault and Rich Moran coming up just a little bit short. Tom Morgan, the big money winner again today. Dave Arsenault not far behind. Rich and Eric also checking in. But the story today, Dan, we only have a few seconds left. Eric gets the win, but Tom Morgan gets another escape.
Yeah, let's just call it Morgan magic. He just finds a way.
All right, he'll be back again next week. So will Eric Young. And will two bowlers from Western Mass, John Bird and Kevin Savory, will be joining Tom and Eric next week. Until then, for the whole crew, I'm Doug Brown. Thanks for joining us.